at the ages of things, I couldn't wait to grow up. And when I did, I was too old. The way one side grows when you double it, it's two people. Neither is me, neither is how I want it. I don't love imperfect things. I don't know how I wasn't loved for lack of symmetry. And yet it was fascinating. Anything I would hate. What's so wrong? They brushed me back. All their disgust, so disgusting. The heart that could not complete itself. It has to be a circle, it has to be an exchange. The only thing I can change. I'm all lucky. I only have me. I'm all lucky. The sound of the way from my mission. I'm on the way. Sounds of the year. Reactions at home. These mountains too fair. Like nothing at all. Nothing. I'm nursing on undertaker of my head. All men cry upon my table. I'll give you the bomb, but you're unable. I'm the worst nerd. I caught you July. I caught you July. In my things like a child. What you thought you would find. Oh, I never wanted you. Heart behind. Oh, I never figured out your kind. Joy, I stole your shine. Oh, go ahead. Oh, God, you I don't know you, July. I don't know the birthdays you know. January was in a shutting on the road. Oh, July, I'll call you. I know I still.
Hi, I'm Donna Diane from Djunah. This is all my gear. This is my newest guitar I've added to the bunch. This is by a local Chicago maker named John Furlen. It is such an incredible guitar. He's such a good builder. This is obviously a DC style, two Fralin P90s. This actually came about because I usually only play guitars with bridge pickups because it's just like I always want the tone to be as bright and nasty as possible. And he kind of bet me that he could build something with a neck pickup that I would love. I've always wanted a DC style guitar, so this is how this came about. These are such badass guitars, they always look good. And I do love the neck pickup. I love the bridge pickup, everything about it. It is super bright, all Honduran mahogany, chambered body. It's a really, really light instrument. It's just over 6 pounds, vintage scale length. So I can't say enough great stuff about this guitar. I've had this for only about a month and I already love it. So that's that one. This is, a lot of people will recognize this one. This is a God City Instruments GCI Craftsman. These are built by Kerpaloo from Converge. I've been playing this one since the last album cycle, and this has just been such a go-to instrument. This is also chambered. It's got a humbucker, it's called a slug jammer in the bridge. Really, really versatile tone. Love it. Longer scale length. It's such a substantial instrument. It's very like, it's a little big for me, but I kind of like that about it. And yeah, this Wenge top, mahogany. What else can I say about it? It rocks. It's just a simple guitar that rocks. And then this one, this is my guitar for the first album. I love this guitar. This is how I fell in love with P90s. This is a 67 Gibson SG. I picked this up many years ago, and there is nothing like a vintage P90. They're so good. Love it, super bright. It's just like a classic rock and roll guitar, so it's always going to be one of my favorites. But it doesn't do, obviously not chambered, it doesn't darken up totally. It's not super resonant in that way, so that's why I have my other guitars to kind of complement that. As far as signal chain goes, tone job, I love this pedal. This is an Earthquaker pedal. I kind of just use it as a clean boost, especially for the new Furlen guitar. It's just nice to give some extra definition to my clean signal to get it sounding like a little more aggressive than just like the normal clean. Distortion is 2 GCI pedals. These are also Kerpaloo pedals. I really love the stuff that he makes. One of them is the Batter Larry. It's a prototype, so you can't really see the name of it. This other one is a newer one. I got the SBD, I was playing that on Brother. That is just like a really thick, low, nice fuzz. The Batter Larry is more like, gets a rat-based circuit, so that's where I get like a lot of the like harmonic feedback from that one. So love those two, love them in combination. Amplifier, this is a Dean Costello Audio Heavy Metal Warfare 50 watt. Dean Costello is also a local Chicago builder, makes fantastic amplifiers. I really love his stuff. Even the 50 watt version is just more than enough. I think they might go up to either 120 or 150. So he makes incredible stuff. Cabs, both cabs are original Emperors, more Chicago. I love Chicago builders. I love everything they do. I love representing, trying to represent their gear well. These are like I think the first Emperors to come off the assembly line, so it's kind of like a vintage throwback to those. They've since, dialed in the base cap design. This is one of the original ones they were experimenting with. But there's so much history in these cabs. They sound incredible. So love them too. And of course the elephant in the room is the bass pedal board. This one I'm kind of like evolving how I use it. Basically the Roland PK5 is just a MIDI controller, and it controls the Moog Minotaur over here. So analog synthesizer, it's a monophonic bass synthesizer. And yeah, traditionally in Djunah, I've played everything live, no samples, no loops. So it was just me on stage with one foot, standing on one foot, playing the whole time, which is super fun and batshit crazy. And yeah, it sounds sick through the Sun Beta. I never got the Moog sounding good. I feel like through tube amplifiers, solid state, especially the Sun, I can get like a lot of that. It really brings out a lot of like the growl and the grit in the Minotaur. So yeah, when that's opened up live, it sounds fucking huge. Trying to think of, that's the main stuff. Hi, I'm Donna Diane from Djunah. Music, so first instrument I played was piano. That obviously gave me the foundation to play a keyboard with my feet. I started, yeah, like when I was like 5. But I was a terrible piano student. I never practiced. And when I was 13, I wanted to play guitar. That I thought that was way more interesting. So that's when I started playing guitar, and I just fell in love. I, started playing in bands, took some time off, and then came back and started writing my own music. And I'd always wanted to like front my own rock trio, so I formed a band called Beach Run Jewel that lasted for a couple years, and then Djunah kind of grew out of that. Beach Run Jewel was kind of like not playing out a whole lot, and it was that there was a very prominent role for bass in that band, so I wanted a way to play solo without sacrificing the bass. So that's kind of how this whole like bass synthesizer thing started, and it was just like a way for me to like play solo and have like a fuller sound than just voice and guitar. And those initial couple shows went well, and I was like, let me get a drummer involved for the first album. And yeah, that's kind of how Djunah got started. Yeah, so Djunah, like from the beginning, the ethos was always kind of like a 2-piece that sounds like a 3-piece. It's me playing 2 instruments at the same time. Guitar, bass synthesizer, obviously doing vocals with a drummer, and it's just like the ethos was always like, how much noise can we make all live, no loops, no samples, no backing tracks, nothing. And it was awesome. It really like made me a lot better, I think, as a songwriter and a performer. Sometimes when you have those constraints, you really gotta use your creativity to be like, how are we gonna do this? So I've had the pleasure of working with 2 fantastic drummers in Djunah, one on each album. Nick Smolkowski was on Voto, Jared Carnes did Femina Furens, the last album, and that album ended up doing like way better than I ever thought it would. And we toured a bunch, and that helped put into focus. We did probably like 70 some odd tour dates, and definitely when you're doing like a 30-date tour, standing on one leg for 50 minutes every night on stage, I kind of realized like, I don't know how much further I can take this. Sonically too, the whole setup, especially on the last album, I was starting to layer more synth in there. This is me kind of experimenting, starting small with the setup, and just kind of seeing, what it's like to kind of take my, like, this is literally my home studio, like how I produce music and like, present that to people live and kind of see what the response is, how it feels, be able to run around on stage and not always, like I said, be tethered to the bass synthesizer. So yeah, the songwriting process is just, kind of starting with those core elements, and then, you know, hopefully I'm going to be adding some more synthesizer buddies to the mix, and just like kind of working on layering like whatever the song needs. Like there was some stuff on the last album, it was like I really could not pull off live, like vocal harmonies and stuff like that, that I'm just kind of like veering more into the territory of writing for the album instead of writing for live, which is actually like an inversion of how I used to do it. I used to always write for the live show, like songs that I know are gonna like kill live, and I really started to evolve that as like I just get happier with the recordings that I'm producing, and like really wanting to make the album sound the best I can, and then kind of back, you know, fill everything else for the live show to approximate that. I mean, to me, the stuff that I've learned is like you have to follow your inspiration. Like if where your comfort zone is like the band thing, do that. Like some people are just band people. I think some people they're like more like artist type, like they get, I feel like I'm like more, I've always wanted to be a band person, but I feel like I'm actually like more in this like artist category of like, I just get these like weird fucking ideas in my head, and then I'm like, I have to do that. Like I have to, I'll have a sound in my head and I'm like, I have to figure out how to make that sound, or I have to, you know, have like a visual thing. I have to make this music video or like whatever. And just like whatever wherever you feel like you fit in, do it. Like don't let anybody like make you feel bad. Like you have to do it this one way. Like you don't have to be a solo artist. You don't have to be in a band. You don't have to do anything. You can just literally like do whatever you want. And they're like, whenever like I've had like young people ask me like what's your biggest advice like to people starting out, and I'm like, it's just like don't take advice from people is my advice, because it's like older people are always going to tell you, oh, this is how the music industry works, like you have to do this. If anybody ever tells you how the music industry works, run the other direction, because nobody knows how the music industry works. Literally no one. Like it changes every 2 seconds. So it's like the only thing that you have is like to follow whatever inspired you to pick up a guitar, or like whatever your instrument is, whatever inspired you to do that in the first place. Do that, because that's the only way to ensure like you will be successful. So yeah, follow your heart. That's what I'm looking for. Touring is rough, especially like a lot of bands feel like you have to like go on these like grinders in order to make it or whatever. And again, all that conventional wisdom about like what you have to do to, you know, be successful as an artist, there is literally no rules. Like any band that's going to tell you, oh yeah, you gotta grind it out for like 100 dates a year, well then I can show you another band that like became famous on TikTok for like nothing, you know. So it's like all rules are off. Like if you don't like social media, you don't have to do that. You could still make it by grinding it out on the road. So it's like, to me, it's like, do like what I would tell musicians is like, just do where your comfort zone is. Cause like touring is hard. Like a lot of people, I talk a lot about mental illness, cause it's just, I mean, I have a trauma disorder. A lot of musicians that I know struggle with mental health stuff, and that kind of stuff can really get exacerbated on the road, and there's not a whole lot in the music industry that is looking out for people, even with so much more awareness going on. There's really not a lot of infrastructure there to help you when you're on the road, and like, you know, whatever is happening, if there, you know, I hear stories all the time about people getting like, you know, fist fights in the van and like screaming matches and stuff like that. Like it doesn't have to get to that point, and I don't think any musician should ever have to do that, like, in order to, you know, like, get to where they want to be as an artist. So I really feel like it's important that the music, like, people in the music industry look out for that kind of stuff. Venues, booking agents, managers, stuff like that. Like, it shouldn't only be on, like, the artists to look out for their own mental health. I think it needs to be, like, a group effort. And I know for me, like, after, I mean, I felt like I was really lucky. Jared was such a great touring partner this past year. And like, overall, like, I think that we made it a really positive experience, but I could see how it could easily go south with some of the, like, craziness that goes on with booking and festivals and all this, you know, when money gets involved, people get all weird and everything. So for me, like, I knew it was the right call mental health wise. I was like, I don't want to go deeper. I can't keep touring like this. So for me, it's like a personal choice to just kind of, like, dial it back and, like, do, you know, and I'm like, now I'm bringing my, like, home on the road with me, because that feels comfortable to me. So this is a really long-winded answer, but I feel like, you know, artists, like, do what's gonna make you feel comfortable, and don't do stuff because you think that you have to in order to, like, get where you want to go, because you don't. Yeah, so right now I'm just, like, kind of working on the next album and really just, like, freeing myself up now that I kind of have this stuff going. I'm just, like, really letting myself run wild with, like, what kind of instruments I want to bring in, what kind of layering I want to do. I've got a concept for the album I'm super excited about, and I just feel like I'm at my best with writing when I'm just, like, having the most fucking fun that I can, and just kind of, like, whatever wacky ideas I have, like, really pursuing those. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens.